Oh, Greg,
Yes, Derek?
everywhere you go, animals are attracted to you. Maybe is that because you're known to be on all fours?
Mmm, that was pretty good, Derek. But, Derek, when we first get together, you used to be a chaser. Looking at you now, all you've been chasing lately is McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Woo, girl!
Reading is fundamental.
Welcome to Men of the Den, and this is Monday.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week here at the Den. This week is Drag Week. So, originally we were going to get Derek all dressed up in dress and get him all painted for the gods, but unfortunately the weather didn't cooperate and we're not going to do that now. But, so what we've decided we're going to do is we're going to discuss some different types of drag out there, and we're going to discuss, we might even throw some RuPaul's Drag Race stuff in there as well for you, RuPaul's fans. So, stick around and we're going to talk about these things.
Now, of course, drag comes from the term Shakespeare, dress resembling a girl. Now, it's not just dressing up as a girl that makes a drag queen, it is the persona that makes the drag queen themselves. And there are so many different ways of doing this persona. Some of my favorites, I am a sucker for the comedy queens. Of course, you're going to get your Bianca Del Rios, your Alaskas, your Willem Bell Eyes. I just die for the comedy queens because they are just so much more crass than some of the other comedians out there. One of my other favorite ones is Genderfuck. Of course, this is queens like Max, Milk, and Sharon Needles, and of course RuPaul back in the early days of RuPaul, where it is the line of androgyny is kind of thrown in there, kind of in a Grace Jones, Annie Lennox kind of way, but it's done in such an avant-garde way. It's just pulled off flawlessly. It's more so seen in the club scene than you see anywhere else, but it's a style of drag that I definitely hold dear.
So personally, I prefer fishy slash pageant queens. So obviously that means that the queens that are very feminine and do pass off very well as women. So some examples from RuPaul's Drag Race that I really liked. Courtney Act, who was all fish. I loved Alyssa Edwards for her pageanty antics.
Back roll.
But yeah, so I tend to stick more to the fish.
So, Greg, you were going to beat my face tonight and turn me into drag. But yourself, if you were ever to do a drag persona, what is your name, what is your personality, and what is your lip sync?
Well, I've thought about this one. My drag name would be Val Terran. Mm-hmm. And I would be a trashy pageant queen. And my song would be the obligatory It's Raining Men. Have to have some soul. So definitely It's Raining Men. So what would your drag persona be?
Helena Handbag.
Helena Handbag.
Would definitely be my name. I know that name's probably taken, but I just love that. That's one of my favorite drag names. Persona, by day, quiet librarian. By night, wild and out on the streets girl. And I would say kind of a mix between Wendy-O and Carrie-O. Wendy-O and Karen-O. And my lip sync song would be Peaches, Boys Wanna Be Her.
You've given way too much thought to this, Derek.
I get bored sometimes. All right, so Greg, who are some of your favorite queens that you've seen that came from Drag Race?
So RuPaul's Drag Race Queen. So for all you fans out there, you know how crazy us guys can be for RuPaul's Drag Race.
Just read Reddit.
For us men that are gay, that are watching RuPaul's Drag Race, it's like the Super Bowl, but every Monday night. So for me, my favorite queens of all time. So I do like my pageant queens. So definitely in terms of pageant queens, big people hate me for this one, but I'm a big fan of Chanel. I know.
Really, Queen?
I know. Chanel definitely was a Courtney Act fan. She's probably one of my favorites from any season. And I think I have to go with my girl Alyssa Edwards. Yes, definitely. Alyssa Edwards was a fantastic addition to the show. So those are my favorite pageant queens. Probably funny queens. I'm gonna say I think I'll have to go with Alaska on this one. And definitely my number one, probably in all categories, is Willem. I love Willem, especially post RuPaul's Drag Race Willem. If you've never seen Willem stuff, definitely look up Willem on YouTube. Definitely worth the view. And this season adds my new favorite comedy queen. I definitely love Ginger Minj. I heart Ginger Minj.
All right, myself, the pageantry queens, Alexis Mateo. Such a good
Fish.
pageant queen. So much fish in there. And she had a bit of camp in there, too, that I really
She did.
liked. I do love my campy queens as well. So
Bam!
Definitely Alexis Mateo. It's hard for me to pick a comedy queen, as I said earlier, because loved Jinx Monsoon like you wouldn't believe. Bianca Del Rio, I absolutely adore. And even adore Delano.
Or Delano.
Not at all. Not at all. But some of the other seasons, like Raja, definitely one of my favorites.
Yes, Raja.
Even though a lot of people say they hate this, Tyra.
Ew.
Tyra was so incredible. She was
as loud as my voice goes.
This is as hard as my voice goes. Tyra was absolutely incredible. She could return it on the runway. 3 outfits in one walk. Bam.
Okay, everyone. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed listening to our rants about drag queens and RuPaul's Drag Race, the Super Bowl of drag. But I want to make sure that everyone knows there everywhere out there, there's drag queens out there working their asses off and drag kings. So you guys should all get out and support your local drag communities because they go a long way in supporting all of us. So we should be supporting them.
Right. And drag has always been in your life, whether you know it or not. Take a look at Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd, just the ways he would use drag to mess up with him. Even in some moments of The Simpsons, classic moments of The Simpsons where Bart broke his leg, are stuff there that we cherish in our memories. So definitely go out there and support your local drag queens. Go to their comedy shows. Go to their pageant shows. Support them.
Awesome. Well, that's the end of this week, guys. Please remember to like and share the crap out of this. Definitely hit the like button. It's a very quick process and makes us very happy. And definitely leave your comments about your local drag community, about your favorite RuPaul Drag Race queens. And you drag queens out there, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think about RuPaul's Drag Race? Is it good for the drag community or is it a bad representation? I've heard both sides of the candle and I'd like to hear what you guys have to say.
And
so definitely put down the comments in the crotch below.
And what does your community do for drag? Like, what are some of the big events that happen? Like here in Halifax, we have the big drag baseball game that happens to kick off Pride. We have the Swine, and of course, all the Pride events, or the queens are all there, loud and proud, and just there to support. What is in your community that's special and dedicated to the drag community?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyways, that is all for us today. Thank you very much for watching today, and enjoy the rest of your week.